You know, the problem I'm rapidly realising with all my really busy set dressing is when you have a miniature that you're talking about, it's really hard to tell what the focus is, isn't it? So I've put it on top of a teacup to try and... It's not worked, has it? This is Kraken. It's a tiny little bottle of Kraken. Get for about £5 from the supermarket, sometimes less if you're lucky. And it's sort of become a cult product. What is it? It's a black spiced rum in a kind of cool faux pirate jug kind of cantina sort of thing. And it's got slightly artsy label and marketing with a Kraken on it. Is it a Kraken or is it just like a generic squid? I think it's just a squid, isn't it? Like a giant squid. And people love it. I'm rather fond of it myself, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna crack it open and try it neat and then try it with some Coke, because that's what you do. That's how you rum. Or ginger ale. Or in cocktails. Or just on its own, baby. So the bottle being so small, it's a little bit difficult to... So the camera randomly stopped recording for some reason about 5 minutes ago, and I don't know why. So I poured myself a glass, and I've been tasting it, and long and short of it is, it's hot. It's like there's a massive alcohol burn. There is a little bit of spice coming through, bit of cardamom, bit of clove, bit of vanilla, the kind of things that we're kind of expecting off of the nose as well. It's not particularly balanced. It's a bit rough, frankly, to be having neat, but it's like a Cola Cubes thing when you first sip it, and then there's just this wave of really hot, rough booze that takes over from the flavour, and it just starts stinging your tongue. Which is a shame. It's a bit of a letdown, if I'm being completely honest, because it means that the alcohol component is so rough and unrefined that it's just completely overtaking a quite heavy blanket of spice and sweetness that's already on there. So the fact that that can't successfully mask the alcohol isn't so good. It's 40%, but it tastes stronger. So I'm going to try this with some cola now. I've gone sugar-free. This is a Scottish cola called Alba Cola. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a fan for a while. Not everyone is a hipster douche like me, and not everyone's gonna be like mixing it with Scottish unicorn cola, so use what you've got available, but I'm more curious to see how it mixes than anything else, because I'm acutely familiar with this particular cola more than most others. It's the only one I really get, because, I mean, this is me we're talking about. Old library books, like vintage books, just old books. Sometimes when I'm talking about like whiskies and other things smelling like old books, what I normally mean is it's got like a dusty vanilla-y kind of a thing, and it's not 100% old books, but it's kind of close enough that you can make the connection, and it makes it a bit more easy to understand. This is old books. This is literally, I'm smelling a paperback from the 80s. That's bizarre. There's like a faded vanilla kind of a thing, and I don't know how else I'll describe it. It's just old books. It just is old books. Hello, Mo. You joining me? Nah, gonna have an itch instead. Okay. Okay, the burn is gone. I don't mean the thing from Star Trek Discovery, I mean the alcohol burn from this. Still don't know where they're going with that plot line. It's probably going to be terrible, isn't it? Yeah, that's a lot more rounded now. There's like vanilla and a bit of clove coming through. It's got something a little bit numbing on the tongue. Vanilla's coming through, which I was expecting from the smell, because holy hell. And then the cola components come through as well, so there's kind of like I mean, this stuff's got heather in it. I don't really know what heather tastes like, to be honest, so maybe I'm detecting it, maybe I'm not. I have no point of reference for that, unfortunately. I tend not to eat gardens, so, I mean, I know what rose tastes like, only because I like Turkish Delight, and that's But yeah, the cola components come through, so there's like cola nut, a bit of sweetness. I've gone with the sugar-free because Lockdown 2 has been bad for my waistline. Yeah, the two of them meld together really well. I'd say that Kraken has become more of a mixing up. I mean, I think it was always pivoted as a mixing rum anyway, which was just as well, because I think I'm safe in saying about 99% of people have it with something else. It goes well with lemonade, ginger beer, and stuff like that as well. And it works quite well in cocktails. I know this because I've used it in several cocktails, and it plays very nicely. It's not one for having on its own. Maybe it was once upon a time, but it's long since lost that ability to be sipped. It's too rough and ready now, unfortunately, but with something, it works. I'm here for it. If you actually want a black or a dark rum for sipping, Havana 7 or OVD. You might be surprised to hear me say about OVD, and I know some people are probably like, oh, it's not that good anymore. It's perfectly reasonable, and it's dirt cheap as well, for what you get versus what you pay. I think it's a pretty good deal, personally. But anyway, that was my thoughts on the Kraken. Let me know down below, are you a seasoned pro with Kraken? Do you think it's gotten steadily worse over time, as with most things? Do you think it's about the same? Do you enjoy it? Do you have any particular cocktail recipes? Let me know down below. Thumb this video if you enjoyed it, because it helps with some ethereal, airy-fairy algorithm bullshit that I don't fully understand, and subscribe to the channel as well if you want to see more of these kind of shenanigans, because there's going to be a lot of them coming up. For now though, thank you very much for watching, and do join me next time where I'll be drinking something else.